What's going on, guys? So we are currently sitting inside my 2021 Subaru Forester Sport, and we're gonna I'm gonna do a little driving review. As I throw my phone down because I don't have a stand for it. We're gonna do a driving review of what I like, what I dislike on this 1 month review. So, beginners, this interior is fantastic. It is cloth. However, I like the cloth. It doesn't freeze your ass in the winter, doesn't burn your ass in the summer. Heated seats with high and low temperature settings. It does not have dual climate control. That's my one qualm about their climate control system. It's not dual. I always run warm. My wife runs cold. So having that variability of temperature between the two of us is nice, but it's not a deal breaker. We have on this particular model, actually I think all Subarus have it, Subaru EyeSight, which is pre-collision braking, both forward and rear, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. So a lot of goodies for this price point. And MSRP for this one was $33,000. Did not pay $33,000, but that's a lot of features. This car has a lot of features for the price point, which is another reason why I picked this over, say, the Bronco Sport. Test drove it. Bronco Sport seemed like well, to be honest, a Ford Explorer and a Jeep Renegade had a kid. That's what the Bronco Sport's like. Pretty cheap interior, not a whole lot going on. Did not have the ground clearance. So the Forester stock has an 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which is either tied or the best ground clearance in the class. Along with that, you can put straight from the Subaru dealer, you can get a 2-inch lift from LP Adventures on, and that boosts your overall ground clearance. If you include bigger tires, which I think are 265s, I think those fit. You're looking at almost a foot of ground clearance on a compact SUV. That's pretty awesome. A couple nice features about this one in particular. Have the Harman Kardon upgraded speaker system. You also have this giant moonroof, sunroof, whatever you want to call it. I know the moonroof's in the back, sunroof's in the front, but this is big, so sun moonroof. I don't know. What else do we have in here that we can talk about? So yeah, so speaker system, sounds amazing. Good bass, good overall balance of sound in the car itself. The ride, real quiet, even when you're driving around on the freeway when it's windy, and it gets windy up here. You don't really hear a whole lot of the wind, so that's a plus with this. The reason that this is the Sport, you'll see my orange accent trims on it. This is the Sport model. Big difference with the Sport is it comes with the black wheels, does not come out with the blacked out badges. That is an additional add-on that I did not opt for. But it's all about Subaru X mode. Now, Subaru has 2 X modes available for the Sport. The Forester Sport, the Onyx XT, then that's the Outback, and the Crosstrek. I don't know what model Crosstrek, but Subaru, so all the Foresters, the Outbacks, the Crosstrek have at least one X mode, and that's snow and dirt. What that does is it's constantly braking wheels with no traction, giving torque to wheels with traction to get you out of those sticky situations where you may just have 2 wheels and traction. I don't have a video of it working myself, but you can look up Subaru X mode, and honestly, it's pretty amazing what just turning it into X mode can do. Now, the second X mode that comes on the Sport, the Onyx XT, and I think the Crosstrek Sport, the Subaru Onyx XT, is deep snow and mud. Now, deep snow and mud was a kicker for me because of the outdoor, sometimes off-road adventures, and I like to push my vehicles to their limits. When I had my Chevy, it was the Z71 off-road package, and I used that rear locker. I would intentionally get it stuck so I could use it. Also had a winch on it, so I made sure I used that as well. But deep snow and mud. What deep snow and mud does is, for the situations when you have no traction, the car can't make heads or tails of what wheels have traction, it allows for wheel slippage. It is basically snow and dirt mode with traction control turned off. It allows the tires to spin a little bit to give you momentum, still switching up which wheels are getting that power to give you the most out of your momentum and the most out of your traction that you find. I've seen videos of guy put his Subaru just in regular drive mode, goes straight into, foot of snow, 2 feet of snow, gets stuck, put it in deep snow and mud, and then continues to drive on. The all-wheel drive system on the Subaru is fantastic, and I mean that's been a thing forever. That Subaru's always had a fantastic all-wheel drive system. This dual X mode, I think, is just increasing the capability of the Forester, and that's another reason why I got this vehicle. Is I wanted something that was capable on-road, capable off-road, can get me where I wanted to go, can fit all my gear, whether it's archery gear, shooting gear, my dogs, camping equipment, whatever, fishing gear, golf clubs, can fit all of that, get good gas mileage, I can be comfortable while doing it, and get myself back home. That's really what I was looking for. When I wanted a vehicle that I could drive on-road, off-road, I could take hunting, I can take for western big game hunts, I could take fishing, could drive through the crappy snow, the crappy roads, a lot of dirt roads. Not saying dirt roads are crappy, but some of the actual paved roads are pretty crappy. But be able to really just drive this vehicle wherever I want, get it wherever I want to go. Now, I'm not going to go rock crawling, right? I'm not going to go do off-road park stuff with it. Could it handle it? Yes, to a degree. With the right modifications, the Forester Sport can handle a lot that you throw at it. That being said, it's your 90% vehicle. It doesn't have lockers. It doesn't have the ability to disconnect the sway bar from the factory. It doesn't have the ability to fit 35-inch tires, massive 3-inch suspension lifts, 6-inch suspension lifts. It doesn't have that ability, doesn't have that power, but that's not what this car is for. It's not the 10% car. How many times do you buy a Jeep Rubicon for however large that price tag is and use the front and rear lockers and the sway bar disconnect? Not a whole lot. My mother-in-law has one. Doesn't use it a whole lot because, one, Jeeps are made well in the fact that they're off-road vehicles, and to get in that situation, you have to be doing some serious off-roading. I don't do that personally, and I wouldn't do the serious off-roading in this. If I wanted a serious off-roader, I'd get a Toyota. That being said, comparing this to the 4Runner, I would compare this to the 4Runner just with size. Obviously, the engine in the 4Runner is more powerful. You get more towing, get more off-road capability. This, however, is more comfortable than the 4Runner. This gets better gas mileage than the 4Runner. And I personally think this is a better family car. Goodness gracious. I think this is a better family car than the 4Runner. Now, if you were a big into overlanding, 4Runner is probably your move. You can tow more. That is my biggest issue with this vehicle is its acceleration, which is dismal, and the towing capacity, which is also abysmal. So towing capacity is 1,500 pounds on the Forester. Subaru, I have a question for you. Why did Japan get a turboed Forester Sport for 2021 and America didn't? If you're watching the Subaru, I would love to know that answer. You put them in the Outback. Why couldn't you hook us up with the Forester? So that's out of the way. 0 to 60, yes. Don't know the time. I think it's somewhere around 8 seconds. It'll get there. Slow, but it'll get there. But again, that's not what this car is for. It's not a speed demon. It's not a track demon. It does have sport mode, which just changes the shifting points. This is a CVT. But you do get the feel that, you know, your car is shifting gears. I have little paddle shifters, if you will. Well, they are paddle shifters, but you know, you can feel the shift point. So sport mode just changes those points up and allows you to get a little bit quicker acceleration. I don't really use sport mode just because it idles higher, and I have no need for it. I'm not racing this vehicle. But you know, besides the acceleration and the towing capacity and the lack of turbo on this vehicle, I have no issues with this. It's a fantastic car. It'll do what you need it to do, and that's what I said in my previous video when I went and picked this up. I said I was getting a vehicle that is going to be my adventure rig, and that's exactly what this is going to be. This is going to be an adventure rig. It's going to take me on those camping trips, those hunting trips, those fishing trips, those road trips comfortably. Sorry, I need to get a phone mount up here. It'll do everything I need to do comfortably. And that was the big reason why I wanted this vehicle. I think, goodness gracious, I think more people should honestly look into, if you're looking for if you got a family, you got dogs, you want a vehicle that you can road trip with, take on your hunting trips, turn it into your hunting rig. I think more people should look at Subaru. They're reliable, they're ridiculously safe. The safety features on this and the safety specs are fantastic. Super safe vehicles. It's gonna be great for when I have kids. Keep my kids safe, keep my wife safe, keep me and my dog safe. That's a huge factor that plays into how amazing this car really is and how amazing Subaru as a brand is. And I think Subaru's starting to realize that with their outdoor edition of the Outback they released, and I'm sure the Crosstrek's going to get a outdoor edition along with the Forester. For those of you who haven't seen it, the Outback Wilderness is the Wilderness edition, not the outdoor edition. The Wilderness edition, that vehicle basically comes with the lift, this aggressive all-terrain tires, turbo, the dual X mode, which again has been redefined for 2022. So Subaru's starting to realize that more people are using their vehicles for the off-road scene, for the weekend warrior, for the hunter, the fisher, the camper, the guy going snowboarding. The vehicles can do it all, and Subaru's realizing it, and they're switching up their game a little bit, and they're changing up what they have to offer, which I think is fantastic. So without getting too much more into this, sum up what I think of my 2021 Subaru Forester Sport that has now 1,600 miles on it. This is a fantastic car. I recommend it to pretty much everyone. This car will be carrying dead animals in it very soon. It is the middle of summer, so I don't have a whole lot to hunt up here. Come fall, I'll be going duck hunting, so I have all my duck hunting stuff in it. I'll be going deer hunting, so I have all my archery stuff in it. Should be going on a western big game hunt, so I have all my gear in it for that. Lift kit will be coming for this soon, along with upgraded tires and wheels. A tow package, so you can get it with a tow package. I didn't, but I'm going to install a hitch on it for my John boat once I get the trailer for it. If you guys have any recommendations for John boat trailers, go ahead and drop those in the comments below. If there's anything you guys want to know more about the Forester Sport, about the Forester, my opinion on it, my plans for it, go ahead and leave those in the comments below as well. Again, this car is a fantastic little car, something I'm excited to get in every single time. I'm always happy when I sit in it. It's always a new adventure in this vehicle. So yeah. First of all, the outside, I do have, I think it's an ice metallic black wheels with the Sport, along with the orange trim package. Coming around to the rear, you have your Sport badge. I don't have the blacked out badges yet. Also don't have the decal badge for this, which is also going to come because I think those are pretty cool. Auto lift tailgate. It is single exhaust. The back with the all-weather protective mat plus back of the seat covers, which is a fantastic thing to have with the dogs. All I need to do to drop the seats, pull up on that switch, down they go, fit the dogs in it. I can fit the dogs in this with the seats up. I just give them a little bit more space. As you can see, it is dirty because, again, I did have my dogs there. From the rear, you can either lock the vehicle or just close the tailgate with a press of a button. Coming around to the back seats now. Just lift it up and it sets in. So I'm about 6 feet tall. I have an entire hand's length between my knees and the back of the seat. So the room, it is extremely roomy in here. You have 2 outlets here, 2 USB ports, along with the adjustable climate control for the passenger's cup holder in the door. Sliding around now to the passenger side. Another cup holder in the door. The Harman Kardon speakers right there. Up in here, so this is where my wife sits, so it is a little far forward. Glove box. More storage up here. Put my phone up there. Glove compartment, or not the glove compartment, the center console compartment. 2 cup holders. Another little piece of storage. The pride and joy, at least for me, for this vehicle is the dual X mode system with snow and dirt, deep snow and mud. I'll get into those more when we start driving. And that is what the driver side looks like with the cluster gauge, the gauge cluster, sorry. And you have the touchscreen here, along with a smaller screen up here that shows vehicle information. You can thumb in and out of that. Auto dimming rear view mirror, little sunglass holder. These buttons here control your garage, your gates, whatever. And if you're wondering what this and this are, those 2 are the Subaru EyeSight, and that's how this vehicle has the adaptive, how it has the pre-collision warning and the collision braking, all that fun stuff. To the front, black grille, more orange accents. Under the hood is your Subaru motor. So now, let's get in, take it for a drive, dive into everything a little bit more. 10 out of 10, recommend this car. If you guys have any other questions, drop them down in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Thank you all for watching this video. If you guys like what you saw, you guys want to see more, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'm going to be pushing out as much content as I can. Thank you again so much for watching.